till your last breath, still you won't become tired. Same Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses, you can read it every day. But you will not become bored. Same deity of the Lord, you can constantly go on seeing. So spiritual life is permanent. There is no change in this. It remains constant. And the material life, it is Adi Antavant. It is temporary. So, will be only called intelligent if we na teshu ramate. If you don't do Raman, if you don't try to get involved with the material happiness. So the devotees of the Lord, they leave the material happiness. And people become surprised. How come you left this? How come you left that? How could you leave this? Because it is a pain. Who can be attached to pain? Only an insane person can be attached to the causes of misery. No sane person can be attached to the causes of misery. So this is being explained in this very glorious, very important text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now we'll go to the text 23. In the next verse, Krishna is explaining us, even after knowing this, it is not that immediately we are going to leave the sense gratification. Even after knowing this, the urges of the senses will continue to exist. Now what to do? The urges will be craving for sense objects. So no matter we know that intellectually that this is dukkha, this is pain. But even after knowing this, how to come out of it is the answer in text 23. Let us recite. Shaknoti va yasodum prak sharira vimokshanat Kamakrodho bhavam vegam Sayukta sa sukhi nara Shaknotiva ya sodum, which means if one is able to tolerate. So the urges of the senses will be there. So what are we supposed to do? Tolerate this agitation. Prak. Now you may say, how long? How long I am supposed to tolerate? Prak sharira vimokshanat, till the time you give up this body. Till the time you give up this body, the urges of the senses will trouble us and we are supposed to tolerate it. And these urges of the senses are arising from desires, which are kama, krodha, bhavam, vegam. These urges of the senses are arising from desire and krodha, anger. So if you can tolerate this, sayukta sa sukhi nara, you can be most happiest person in this material world. Key to happiness is in tolerance of not enjoying senses, but tolerating the urges of the senses is actually the key to happiness. Sayukta sa sukhi nara. You become sukhi. So, very practical answer by Krishna. He is not saying that you surrender unto me, I will do magic to you and everything will change for you. Rest upon me. No. He is saying you have to work upon you. Because it was we only who left him and came in this material world. So we left the Vaikuntha and came in Kuntha. This material world is Kuntha. So after leaving Vaikuntha, we came to Kuntha. Now what are we expecting? Are we expecting that Krishna, now we are in your shelter, we are trying to understand you, we are trying to know you and change our life for you, for your pleasure. Now you change everything for me. So he is saying, I will give you the knowledge. I'll show you the path. And I will give you the encouragement, inspiration. But you have to walk. You have to walk on this path. And he says in the end of Bhagavad Gita, Ma Shucha, which means don't be fearful. Just start walking towards me. Don't be fearful of any situation, any obstacle. So if we just follow the instructions given by Krishna, now the limitations will be removed. So this is what Krishna does. And this is how this becomes the realized knowledge. When you work upon yourself. And when you have such realization, now, even in mid of material happiness, you would not like to enjoy them, not like to look upon it. Srila Prabhupada was asked one question. He said, Swamiji, can you do some magic? This is actually our understanding, that you do some chamatkar, magic. Then your prowess, spiritual prowess is proven. Srila Prabhupada said, yes, I can. What, Swamiji, you can do? Prabhupada said, I can walk inside the room full of naked ladies and come out without single drop of agitation. This is my magic, which is sense control. This is the biggest magic one can expect. That you are surrounded with sense enjoyment and still you don't like to enjoy senses. It comes when you try to follow the instructions given by Krishna. So one has to tolerate the urges. Actually, this tolerance also becomes very sweet when you are practicing devotional life. We have to just change the subject from mundane matter to the spirit, to the matter to the Supreme Lord. Just by changing the subject itself, rest, everything falls in order itself. We need to be surrounded with such subject, making our life Krishna-centered. And the tolerance becomes very sweet. You will not even come to know actually you are tolerating. It becomes our nature that you go on with such life. But yes, when you are a spectator, you are not involved, not participating, not following the process, then it may appear, oh, this is very tough path. I can't give up my material life. I can't give up my attachments. So within strength of this knowledge, one can rise above and one can understand the purpose of the life. So after explaining this point, now Krishna in the text 24